Hey, Thumpers and Super Friends, welcome back to another trailer action from Hyper RPG. It's a full table, baby. We're going full on with this trailer. I'm Adam Havoc, and I'm joined here with
Cameron Rice,
Lucas Eubank,
Dustin Butler,
and we are doing a trailer reaction for Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets, the new film from Luc Besson. If you don't know who that is, directed Leon, aka The Professional, The Fifth Element, Lucy, another movie that
La Femme Nikita.
La Femme Nikita, of course. Have you guys seen Lucy?
I
have.
So it's great.
It's
No.
it's all right.
It is. Sometimes there's movies that just aren't for you. And
That's one of them.
that was Lucy. Listen, Lucy, I'm convinced because 3 or 4 cast members of Lucy are in the Ghost in the Shell movie.
Yeah.
I'm convinced because Lucy was as big as a hit as it was, Ghost in the Shell got made. Convinced. And that's the other thing about Lucy. Lucy had a concept for a trailer that was really stupid, but
Yeah.
I call it passed the mom test. I call it the mom test.
Sure.
The trailer is like, we only use 10% of our brain.
Yeah,
Could you
it's like-
imagine? Boom, boom, boom. My mom can go, I know what this is about.
Yeah.
Ghost in the Shell. My mom's like, what's this?
It's like an idea
don't-
that's so overdone that it's become a trope.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But some of the action in Lucy was cool.
Yeah. Fifth Element, though.
Oh, it was great.
20
Oh,
years
my God.
later, that movie still holds up.
Oh, The Professional
All
with
time.
its
The
weird,
Professional.
Oh.
problematic sex
So
stuff.
good. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I know. If
Very
there's-
French.
Like, The Fifth Element, I love that movie. I honestly never want to see a sequel, a reboot, a remake, no nothing.
No.
I'm totally
No.
happy with that 1997 movie.
Leave
I
where
think
it's
it's
at.
great as it is. The Professional is one of those rare occasions where I'm like, I would have been okay if they made a Matilda movie. I would have been fine with it.
Yeah,
I would have.
I'd be
I
fine
would
with
have.
that.
I would have wanted Luc Besson to make that. I think it's too little, too late. Obviously, it's like 23 years later. I'm excited to see Valerian. Dustin, you were mentioning that the graphic that originally Luc Besson wanted to make this instead of The Fifth Element.
Yeah, so this is
really?
like the thing that he wanted to make but didn't have the capabilities of doing, so he made Fifth Element. And I'm pretty sure this graphic novel is the one that like inspired Lucas to make Star Wars and kind of spawned a lot of sci-fi that has like some of our favorite movies.
Yeah, and just based on like the previous teaser trailer that we saw, it definitely has Fifth Element vibes to it. Like there are
Yeah.
similarities.
Yeah.
You can kind of look at it and be like, yeah, it's the same director, but it definitely still has that Fifth Element
style
sort of
is
a vibe
there.
and style.
Yeah. Well, he has said it doing press for this film that he has a hard time looking at Fifth Element because it never lived up to his imagination.
Lucasing it. Oh my God.
And and this
Besson.
movie really excites him because he's finally getting to live completely in a world that he imagines.
Well, Luc Besson's just an interesting guy in the sense where it's like, he does Fifth Element, which is huge, and then he does the Joan of, and then he marries Mila Jovovich after Fifth Element, and then he makes Joan of Arc.
Yeah.
The Messenger.
that?
Yeah. The Messenger with she's the only thing I remember from that movie is the title of the movie being said by Mila Jovovich. She's, I'm a messenger to Dustin Hoffman in these like shadowy shots and everything. And then he did like those kids like Arthur and the Giants or something like that. Those
Right.
kids
Yeah.
movies. And he was like, these are my last 3 films, and I am never making movies again. I am done. And then but he's also like famous like. He writes like 18 movies a year and just hands them off, and they star
Yeah.
like Liam Neeson and Jason Statham
So
and all these
many,
other like
right.
John Travolta was in that From Paris with Love, like all these kinds of films. The screenwriting credits are all over the place. John Carpenter successfully sued him for
right.
I didn't know this.
that. God, what was that Guy Pearce movie about?
I don't remember, but I
I did hear
Prison
about
Planet
this.
or something.
Yes.
That's not the name of it. I can't remember. Someone will tell me.
that,
But John Carpenter sued him because of similarities between Escape from New York, and won that case. And those are usually very hard cases to win.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Luc Besson, I think, has to, in perpetuity, if that movie makes money, has to give it to John Carpenter. But then, yeah, he does. He then, like, obviously didn't quit directing. He did The Family, that movie with Robert De Niro and Michelle Pfeiffer.
I
No,
never saw that.
not ringing any bells.
No, and then he does Lucy, and Lucy, people are like, Luc Besson's back, even though this isn't good.
Yeah.
But visually, an action movie. And so I think like Lucy kind of gave him the credentials to
Do
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
Oof.
And also maybe being the richest man in France now with his 18 movies a year that he writes. He's like, this one will star this guy. Who cares?
Well,
Go.
we'll see.
Make it friends with silly names. Go.
We'll see. Let's find out.
Let's watch
Let's find
this
out this trailer
thing.
lives up to the expectations. Bunch of colors.
This mission is a
I'm
simple
into
in and
that.
out. Agent Valerian, you'll be running solo.
I only work with my
Terminator theme.
Yeah.
We're a team.
Let's go.
There's like Ace Ventura in that shirt.
You're running nearly 20 minutes late.
Yeah, well, time flies when you're having fun.
That thing died.
So good.
This feels very Fifth Element to me.
Yeah.
That
Oh my
music
God.
cue is perfect. I love it. Gives you chills.
The city of 1,000 planets, where for hundreds of years every species has shared their knowledge and their intelligence with each other. It's paradise.
Amazing.
That shot is so
Lost in
pretty.
Paradise.
After centuries of peace and prosperity, an unknown force wants to destroy all we have created.
Agents Valerian and Laureline, you have less than 10 hours to find the threat and eliminate it.
Let's get to work.
I know.
I love that city.
Yeah. Oh man.
I want to live in that city.
The whole universe is after us.
We need the two of you to be the guardians of our future.
Are you sure you know what you're doing?
That was awesome.
That's
Your
cool.
destiny.
That's going to be a
is in
fun
your hands.
sequence.
Yeah.
I taught him how to do that.
That was a great line.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting Fifth Element vibes.
Tons of Fifth Element.
Now that
Lots
I'm
and lots
watching
and
it's like
lots of it.
Rihanna, the Rihanna part. It may not play out
Yeah.
like this in the movie, but just in the trailer alone,
The
I'm
opera
like,
sequence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lava Laguna type of a thing. The visual effects for some of the stuff, it looks a little previs.
Sure.
Still, like I think there's obviously they got a couple months to polish.
Mm-hmm.
Comparing it to like the Apes trailer that we watched, it's like the Apes trailer feels
yeah.
very complete, whereas
Yeah.
this like still feels like it has a few layers left of kind of like softening it up.
Well, it's so interesting to see this stuff. Like, are you guys familiar with French comic books by any chance? Like
No.
Mobius stuff and things like that. Like that's what he pulled a lot from for Fifth Element. I think to the point where I think he got sued by a couple of comic book creators.
He loves to get sued, man.
Yeah, man, left
I'm
and right,
noticing
baby.
a
left and right.
reoccurring theme.
I know. I could be wrong on that one, but this feels very, for lack of a better term, it feels very French comic book. It feels very a lot of the stuff Mobius did with Jodorowsky and those kinds of comics. Like it is these crazy worlds where it's like, well, we're on a desert planet and I'm kind of like a cowboy, but then there's these space fish people and we gotta save the world. And I'm down. I like that. I kind of like movies that like have that kind of tone. Like something like this works because it's such a wholly created world, unlike a movie with, for an example, like Alien Resurrection, which is so American in nature, but given to a French director, and that just felt like to me oil and water.
Yeah.
Like a very French sensibilities of camera angles and things like that. But very American in its structure. Whereas this film, for lack of a better term, it just feels very French. But I'm really into that because it's like ground up kind of a thing.
Sure.
Very
Yeah.
cartoony, which I'm in for.
Yeah, and from what I'm seeing, like something that's really standing out to me is the color.
Yeah.
It's so intentional, and I think this seems like one of those movies we're gonna analyze for a while, just with the color that they're using. It's so complementary, and it just looks so beautiful in a lot of ways. I'm so excited to see the rest of it, basically.
Yeah, my only question mark maybe is I'm gonna mispronounce her last name, Cara
Delevingne.
Delevingne. Yeah, because the thing that kind of works about Fifth Element and a lot of his other movies is he picked like super strong actors to be in what could be odd situations.
Yeah.
And Dane DeHaan, God love the guy, has not, outside of Chronicle, hasn't done too well in movies that are kind of big and fantastical.
No.
Because in Chronicle, he's kind of playing to his strengths, which is like
Right.
angry kid.
Yeah.
Which is like he's
yeah.
great in Place Beyond the Pines and stuff like that, doing that thing. Whereas like when he does like Harry Osborn and things like that, where they're supposed to be.
Right.
And so those are my only, and nothing in the trailer makes me think they're going to be terrible, but a lot of the trailer's action and stuff like that. We haven't seen like that Bruce Willis scene from
Yeah.
Fifth Element yet.
And go ahead.
Oh, that's definitely a concern of mine. They've not sold me on their chemistry yet.
Right.
And I feel like this movie is going to be made or broken by how they get along together. Because if I don't believe, they also seem to be like a couple. So if I don't believe that they've been doing this for a long time and like they're totally synced up, or that the actors even get along in their performances on set, then this is just going to fall apart real quick.
Yeah.
Totally, because
Yeah.
I don't know this universe, so if I don't connect with those two, like, why do I care that they're saving it? Almost.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling the same thing you guys are. I'm wondering what is special about them, because like you're saying, like they seem kind of unassuming for this sort of role. So I'm excited to see what it is about them that makes them the ones worthy of taking
that
this job.
people want them for the
Exactly.
job.
Yeah. I'm
Right.
excited to see what that is.
Well, I think that first sequence that we saw on the desert planet is going to be proving why they're the experts. And then you're going to be told through
You
exposition
just jump on board.
that these guys are aces. We need the very best to save the city of 1,000 planets. Something's causing like destruction to it. They have that line of like time limit. So I think that's
Right.
just going to basically solve the plot for us. And then I think the city of the 1,000 planets is going to hopefully allow for them to just dive in and out of these weird environments without any exposition, like explanation, sorry, for like any reason. They're just 1 minute they're here, the next minute here, because it's the
Yeah.
city of 1,000 planets, which I'm also totally on board for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the thing that really sold Fifth Element for a lot of people was the dynamic between Mila Jovovich's character, who's very smart and knowledgeable, but very much not aware of what's going on around her.
Right.
And Bruce Willis, who's kind of like the bumbling pilot or
Like
bumbling fighter.
blue collar guy you can identify with.
Exactly. And I think like those two very opposite things really worked for them.
Yeah.
And they fed off of each other really well.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm hoping that with this we kind of, it doesn't have to be the same exact thing, but
No.
similar concept.
Right.
Of like two opposite personalities that actually like work really well side by side.
They're only given 2 lines in this trailer, like on their
Yeah.
own.
Yeah.
And do they have another one beside this that we get to see? But like his is basically like a cliche line, and then hers is also kind of a cliche line.
Yeah.
I like her delivery though. Like her delivery, that was a great delivery. His delivery,
Well, she also gets to look like a normal human being in this, as opposed
Right.
to Suicide Squad, where she had to like dance
Yeah.
and die.
Look ridiculous.
Dance and die. Those were her main roles.
yeah, that was a weird boss fight.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it was.
God.
Final thoughts on this, though. I'm really looking forward to seeing this movie. I hope it's as good as it looks, and if it's Luc Besson's Fifth Element of 2017, then I'm all for it.
I'm totally happy with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
But guys, let us know in the comments below what you thought about this trailer for Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets. Again, I have to look at the damn title to make sure I don't say it backwards. Let us know in the comments below what you're looking forward to, what you hope to see, and give us your thoughts on the Fifth Element. I'm always curious to find out what people think about that movie. Cameron, where can everybody find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram and all those kinds of things at Jurassic Alien. So go hit me up there. If you like Lucy, I'd love to talk about it with you. Seriously, legitimately, if you're like, no, it's great because of these reasons, totally hit me up. Let me know.
I am at Lucas Euspank. That is LucasEuspank.
And you can find me at Dustin K. Butler.
And you just find me at Adam Hlavik, and also right here on Tuesdays, 8 to 10 p.m. on twitch.tv/hyperrpg on Cineverse with all these cool people. We'll see you guys in the next reaction. Bye.